how is the United Nations doing? And what is the United Nations good at? Is the United Nations effective?
Evaluation is very important to the UN as it serves as the essential tool for public accountability and determining overall program effectiveness.
When we do evaluation, we're very close to the implementation of programs, but we have the luxury of being able to stand back a little bit and to reflect on how things are being done and indeed to reflect on whether the right things are being done.
It also provides the evidence and strategic information that guides our creative efforts in finding genuine and transparent solutions to the problems we face today in the UN.
No estoy de acuerdo con que las evaluaciones se hagan una sola vez y al final, porque en verdad no sirven de nada. Lo mejor sería, no sé, una evaluación en la mitad o dos evaluaciones después, yo que sé, de cada 2 talleres que hayan hecho, para que de eso puedan sacar incluso cosas nuevas y que puedan aplicar.
And the importance of evaluation and accountability to people is becoming fundamental to the practice of democracy. And really, we must view ourselves as evaluators as becoming more and more central and critical to the practice of democracy.
Evaluation is important because it's a mechanism for organizations to keep accountable, for program managers to learn as they gain experience and to improve their practice and at the end of the day to have a better impact with what they do.
Creo que a lo mejor ese tipo de evaluación no es como un examen final. Y ahora se habla que tiene que haber un proceso, una evaluación continua. No venir al final ya cuando las cosas pueden haber salido mal o salido buenas. Yo creo que las cosas se corrigen durante el camino y no ya al final cuando pueden estar bien o bien todo mal o bien puede estar todo bien.
The world is changing, the problems are getting tougher, whether it's inequality of income or climate change, and evaluation needs to move with that. So while keeping it simple, it needs to take on the complexity of the difficult issues that we are facing.
If we invest in evaluation, we need to bring about social change. Evaluation is about improving the quality of lives of citizens on the ground. And fundamentally, it's about measuring whether what has been promised has been delivered in practice. It's about measuring the tangibles. We have seen across the globe where evaluation can bring about changes to the lives of people. It has an element of transparency, it has an element of democracy.
My expectation is really basically to learn something about how to use filming as a methodology of documenting on-the-ground experiences and to learn how people really interact when it comes to, getting the message across.
Evaluation is not an end in itself, it's a means to an end. Very important, sometimes we forget that, and one of the lessons that I've learned in working in evaluation is that we always need to be focused on what it is that we're trying to achieve. So that means that one of the most important things that we can do in evaluation is to be clear about objectives. What are we trying to do? Why are we trying to undertake an evaluation?
Who we are doing evaluation for. At the end of the day, we should be doing evaluation for our beneficiaries, the people we serve. And to do that, we have to depart from the old model of our evaluation where we emphasize the accountability to the donors in the governing bodies, but rather we have to think about where the questions, evaluation questions come from. Who wants the answers to their questions? How we can strengthen the public accountability of the government that we support.
Supporters of government to conduct proper evaluations. So civil society, associations, different VOPs as we call it, different parts of UNDP that promote capacity development, promote knowledge management, monitoring, evaluation, South-South cooperation. All these participants also need to be considered.
It basically captures how the program was implemented, what are the strengths and weaknesses, what are the areas of improvement, and who should be given credit in the implementation or the success. It also surfaces the best practices of the program, and more importantly, now with the participatory video evaluation, the voices of the community stakeholders can be heard as part of the evaluation process. That's why it's really, really important.
Karon luag na kaayo ang among pang
papel sa akong kinabuhi. Ako ay namembro sa nasakop sa beneficiaries sa ILO.
Ang maong proyekto na-realize gayud, na-implement tabang sa mga training nga gihatag kanamo sa maong proyekto.
may mag-practico may nanakoy mahibalaan.
The process being as important as the output. And I'm really hoping that for all the participants in this learning activity, for everyone to appreciate the process and the process of learning and the process of interaction, and that in itself also contributes to the greater impact.
Able to share the good work of the program on the ground, and as well as lessons learned. Many of the reports, are all numbers and words, but it's really different when people get to see what's happening on the ground and the impact in the change of people's lives.
We are still at a stage where, as a profession, we are defining these terms, we are defining indicators, we are trying to qualify what that means, and developing measures to see whether societies are advancing in terms from an evaluative perspective, in terms of empowering people, in terms of building resilience, and so on and so forth.
Well, evaluation is important because it's a kind of neutral focus that helps people to analyze what they do from a objective perspective, and also so you bring a focus which is credible and that provides a distance with what people are doing. And so the criteria are, of course, development criteria. So we look at are the things you're doing provoking a development effect or not. And that is quite helpful because it enables the organization to do a better job.
Evaluators, we struggle a lot with the use of our evaluations. And in fact, I would like to see more of us evaluating the impact of our evaluations. Impact evaluation of impact evaluation. Is that money value added? Is it good value for dollar when we spend money on evaluation? I believe it is, but I think we should provide the evidence that it is, and in so doing, we'll tighten up how we approach evaluation, what we evaluate, what we do, and what difference it makes. We did hear in the opening session the current challenges for evaluation are about quality and standards of evaluation. There's a huge variation out there. More and more people talk about evaluation, but if it's not quality evaluation, that's a problem. So we do need to, as we evolve within the UN and with countries, pay attention to quality standards in evaluation. And evaluation skills take training and some specialty. We need to pay attention to that, but not be afraid of it. It's available. There are excellent training programs. People can learn evaluation quite directly, quite easily. So there should be no hesitation about people getting up to speed and having standards for what an evaluator competency they should have. That should help us with the quality of evaluations that are going on.
Evaluation is not easy, nor is it popular, but it is essential. The current constrained budgetary climate makes it more important than ever. All of us share a responsibility to strengthen this important function. We have to tackle the challenge at several levels, from the system to the secretariat.
But you really need the courage. You need the courage to tell the truth. You need the courage to speak truth to power. That's an old statement from, I think, Nelson Mandela, if I'm not mistaken, from South Africa, who said, courage is really speaking truth to power. So if you're really talking about independence, you have to really make courage the heart of evaluation. And to be able to stand up and speak the truth to those in positions of power is at the heart of evaluation.